Welcome back. Arizona was at the heart of the Old West, and that cowboy life is very much alive today. So we've got Julian back with AAA Arizona here to explain how we can experience this for ourselves. Where's your cowboy boots?
Oh, I wish they're still at home.
Oh, I know. I didn't bring my cowboy boots or my cowboy hat, but we can kind of relive the Old West days at 4 different places all across the Southwest. Where are we going first?
Yeah, well, we're going to stay right here in Arizona. So first place is Canyon de Chelly. Arizona's really like the heart and soul of a lot of the Old West. Canyon de Chelly, so beautiful. It's worth it just for the views alone. But this is kind of like the heart and soul of Native American culture, Navajo Nation. It's all right there, and you really got to start there when it comes to talking about the Old West. And there are like 2 things you really got to do. Is you got to go to Thunderbird Lodge, find a Navajo guide, and just show you all these, everything that you're looking at on the screen. It's just like there's all these ruins, all these things that go back to hundreds of thousands of years before Arizona was Arizona. It's really, really special place. So yeah, go to Thunderbird Lodge, find a Navajo guide, show you the entire area. Second thing you really got to do is go to a trading post, because this is really where people in the Old West, like during the westward expanse, this is where people met Native Americans for the first time. And what's really cool is some of these trading posts still exist to this day. This is kind of like living, breathing piece of history. This is really a place where you want to spend a lot of time, get to know the area, talk to a lot of people, find out what life was like in the Old West, way before Arizona was even a state.
And where can you find these trading posts?
They're all around. There's a handful in the Canyon de Chelly area, but yeah, this is why it's really important to find a guide, because they'll know the ins and outs. They'll take you exactly to where you need to go. All you have to do is ask, where to show me everything, and that's probably the best way to get the best experience. But if you want like a modern day interpretation of a cowboy, you have to go like a little bit up north.
Okay, so where are we going?
So this is going to be in Sheridan, Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like Sheridan, Wyoming. This is pretty much like everything you've seen in the movies. One of my favorite shows is Yellowstone, and that's just what life is like up there if you've seen it in the show. It's so cool, really fun. This is the modern day 2024 version of what it's like to be a cowboy. And yeah, Sheridan, Wyoming. If you can actually try it out for yourself. If you ever are interested in it or want to see those shows, want to try your hand at it yourself, they'll let you ride on a horse and ride with cows and herd some cattle. But if you want to just take it easy, you could just hang out in the saloon, talk to some cowboys.
I like that little downtown area.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's like where all the cowboys go on like Friday night when they're done for the weekend. You can talk to them. People wear their cowboy hats and their shoes, and it's not for show. These are real deal cowboys. And there's so much to talk about. It's like so cool and so amazing. I actually want to talk a little bit about the VIA podcast. We actually brought in like a modern day 2024 cowboy, explains everything there is to know in Canyon de Chelly, everything to do in Sheridan, Wyoming. The VIA podcast is really, really cool. You really got to hear his story and learn all about the stuff in Arizona and across the West.
And you have a lot of different episodes on really cool travels.
Yeah.
Real quickly before we go, Labor Day's coming up.
Sure.
Labor Day weekend's next weekend. What is AAA expecting as far as travel goes?
Yeah, well, this is kind of like the end of summer travel season. So it's going to be a little bit busy no matter where you're going, but the big trends are international travel and cruises. If that's kind of something that you're thinking about, you definitely want to give yourself a lot of time. Port cities, you're going to be San Diego, Seattle, they're all going to be extremely busy. So if that's something that you're thinking about, yeah, give yourself a lot of time, do a lot of planning, because it's really busy right now.
Okay, cruises and international travel. Yes and yes for fall of 2024. Julian, we appreciate it joining us from AAA. Thanks for coming in every other Saturday.